Amenemhat III, Egypt's master builder of the Middle Kingdom. At least 45 years are attested to rule at Tutankhamun in the 19th and 18th centuries BC. He was ruling from 1860 to 1814 BC. Amenemhat III, ancient Egyptian Imanemhat, Amun is at the forefront, was the sixth pharaoh of Egypt's 12th dynasty and one of the greatest rulers of the Middle Kingdom. His reign, lasting at least 45 years, marked the peak of cultural, economic, and engineering achievement in this period of Egyptian history. He first came to power as co-regent with his father, the formidable Senusret III, who for 2 decades shared the throne with him. Senusret III's aggressive campaigns had subdued Nubia and strengthened royal authority over the provinces, leaving Amenemhat III a stable and peaceful Egypt. Free from constant warfare, he was able to focus on development, administration, and monumental building on an unprecedented scale. Amenemhat III's reign was characterized by an extensive building program with a special focus on Fayum region. He enlarged the irrigation works around Lake Meris, improving farmland and reclaiming deserts through the Great Canal known as Merver, the Great Canal. He built a grand temple to the crocodile god Sobek at Kiman Faras and a chapel to the goddess Rene Nunet at Medinet Madi, one of the best preserved temples of the Middle Kingdom. At Biahmu, he erected 2 colossal statues of himself, each over 12 meters high, facing the lake. These works transformed Fayum into one of the most productive agricultural regions in Egypt. The king was also the first pharaoh since Neferu of the 4th dynasty to build more than 1 pyramid. His first, the so-called Black Pyramid at Dashur, was built early in his reign, but structural problems caused by groundwater led him to commission a second pyramid at Hawara. This Hawara complex became famous in antiquity for its vast mortuary temple, later described by Greek and Roman visitors as the labyrinth, a structure with countless halls, chambers, and courtyards. To supply his monumental works, Amenemhat III oversaw an extraordinary expansion of quarrying and mining. Expeditions to the Sinai yielded turquoise and copper. Other quarries provided schist from Wadi Hamamat, amethyst from Wadi El Hudi, limestone from Tura, alabaster from Hatnub, red granite from Aswan, and diorit from Nubia. His reign is especially well documented in inscriptions left by these expeditions, particularly at the turquoise mines at Serabit el-Qadim, where activity is recorded in numerous regnal years. Trade expeditions also reached the fabled land of Punt, returning with incense, exotic woods, and valuable metals. Although Amenemhat III's reign was largely peaceful, there is evidence of small-scale military activity. In his 9th year, a minor campaign is recorded in Nubia, and fortresses on the southern frontier were maintained and reinforced. His careful administration extended even to the monitoring of Nile flood levels vital for agricultural planning, with records showing a peak flood in his year 30, followed by a sharp decline a decade later. In art, Amenemhat III was one of the most prolific rulers of the Middle Kingdom. Around 80 statues have been attributed to him, showing both an idealized youthful face and a more expressive style revealing the musculature and bone structure of the king. These works reflect a blend of royal majesty and human realism, continuing the artistic innovations begun under Senusret III. Amenemhat III ended his reign with a brief co-regency with Amenemhat IV. He was succeeded by Sobek Neferu, the first woman to rule Egypt in her own right and the last monarch of the 12th dynasty. His legacy endures not only in the monuments that still stand, but in the prosperity and stability that defined his era. Through visionary planning, mastery of resources, and crowned agricultural ambition, Amenemhat III secured his place as one of ancient Egypt's greatest builder kings and as the architect of the Middle Kingdom's golden age.